Okay then, everyone. Just something I found out during that short break. Turns out that when you come back to defend your title as a champion, Hao's not the only person who comes up here. There's a very large variety of trainers who can come up here, and it's all chosen at random apparently. Like aside from Hao, you can also encounter Sophocles, the electric trial captain. His Pokemon are all at 61, and he has Togedemaru, Magnezone, Electivire, Vikavolt, and Golem. The next possible challenger is Ryuki. He's from some other region, and he uses Dragon Pokemon. He's honestly really cool as well. I mean, like, he's got like red hair and, well, red and white hair. Kind of reminds me of like some sort of like samurai warriors character who doesn't have eyes. He has a Garchomp, a Drampa, Turtonator, Dragonite, and Kamo. The next challenger is Gladion. His team's the same as when you battled him when first coming to the Elite Four. With Crobat, Weavile, Porygon Z, Lucario, and Sivily. The only difference is, like, Sivily is going to be a different type depending on what starter you chose. So if you chose Kirby like I did, who happens to be called Rowlet, you would be running into the fire type Sivily, or the water type, or even the grass type. It all depends on your starter. The next challenger is Mullane. The steel type former trial captain. He has a Skarmory, a Sandslash, Magnezone, Metagross, and Dugtrio. The next challenger is Plumeria. She's no longer a member of Team Skull. Her team are mostly poison types. She has a Gengar, a Muk, a Crobat, a Toxapex, and a Salazzle. Our next challenger is Hapu. The Kahuna of Pony Island. Her team's the same as last time, just level 63 like everyone else, while some are at level 61. She has a Dugtrio, Gastrodon, Crocodile, Flygon, and Mudsdale. Our next challenger is Faba. Previously the Aether Foundation branch chief, he's now trying to make amends, and he's got a Slowbro, a Bruxish, Raichu, Alakazam, and Hypno. I don't know why he's trying to challenge the league, though. Now here's one that will make you take a double take if you ever run into this one. Challenger Tristan, a youngster who trains on Route 1. Youngster Tristan is also one of the challengers. He has an Emolga, a Sharpedo, an Executor, a Magmortar, and a Tauros. He's actually the weakest of all the challengers with his team at level 59, instead of 61 or 63. Now, I don't really understand why he's here if he doesn't want to be the champion, but he does come up occasionally. Challenger rematch, Kukui. His team's the same as when you first battled him, just at a higher level, at 65 being the highest of all the possible rematches. A Lycanroc, Ninetales, Braviary, Magnezone, Snorlax, and the starter's final evolution that you're weak to. Either Incineroar, Primarina, or Decidueye. Welcome back, everyone. Here we are, and I have no idea why this happened, but a lot of my past recordings in the previous part got a little messed up. Here we are back at the Altar of Moon. If you come here with Lunala in your party, at what would be nighttime for Moon players, you'll find this portal to another world here. For Moon players, if you have Solgaleo, and you come here at daytime with him in your party, this will be here. These aren't version exclusive, so just daytime with Solgaleo and nighttime with Lunala, and this is based off of time and not what it looks like inside your game. So if you have both in your party, those portals will always be there. So yeah, once you go through this portal here, you'll be in the You'll be in the opposite world of what you are in the game. Moon players should probably stay in the Sun world, while Sun players will probably stay in the Sun world. Because quite frankly, unless you need to go to a specific time-based event, it's a lot easier to just stay in real time. However, if you just want to keep things simple, stay in your game's alternative world, because you never really need to flip it back ever again. There's one benefit to flipping it to the alternate world. Back on Ula Ula Island, there was another temple area called the Lake of Sun or the Lake of Moon, depending on your game or which world you happen to be in. It was the Lake of Sun for me, but now that I switched, it's now the Lake of Moon. Inside the Lake of Moon here is a very special treat that you'll only get if you have your version's exclusive legendary with you. Like aside from the subtle differences, like I believe it was just a straightforward path for the Lake of Sun, but in the Lake of Moon, so you could go downwards at first. I could just be remembering wrong though. Originally, when you come here, there's really nothing going on. But when you come to the alternate world, if you have your version exclusive legendary in your party, it'll come out and scream to the heavens, and for some reason, Solgalea will just show up out of nowhere. Now, what's so special about this is you get your very own Cosmog. Yes, I would like to take Cosmog with me. You can only get one Cosmog per game save. So yeah, if you wanted to get Cosmog and Cosmone. Cosmone, by the way, is that Pokemon that Lily picked up after the after Lucamine opened that special world. Cosmog will be at level 5 and will only know Splash. Good luck raising that thing. Now for our next little side trip. If you return to the Aether House after beating the Elite Four, get something very special. I know you. Thanks to your efforts, the shadows that hung over the Foundation has been lifted. That's what I heard. I'd like to entrust you with a very precious Pokemon, both as an apology and a show of gratitude on behalf of our Foundation. And thanks to him, we now have a Porygon. With Porygon, we now have access to Porygon 2 and Porygon Z. Well, sort of. I'm not going to give Porygon a nickname, but I do want to see a summary, though. Well, this kind of sucks. Like, I ended up having to redo all this, and I did have, like, the perfect Porygon. Too bad. Before we leave, though, this person here has a nice little gift from us, or for us. An upgrade. The item that we need in order to evolve Porygon. Now this is all fine and good, but there's still one more place we need to go. And guess what? It's also in Aether Paradise. And I'm honestly kicking myself for missing this the first time. Once we reach the conservation area in the Aether Paradise, we'll find Gladion here. So you came. Just gotta thank you again for all you've done for my family, especially for Lily. So yeah, once we get over to Gladion, he explains quite a few things to us. Although it does bring out a few other questions, like, who exactly is his father anyways? Like, Lucamine did all this because the Glideon and Lily's father just vanished during his research. If anything, that's probably what helped make her go insane. But on coming here, though, Glideon gives us type Null. A level 40 powerhouse, which is freaking awesome. Eventually, type Null evolves into Silvally, and Silvally can change its type depending on which item it's holding. So yeah, type Null is sort of like a non-legendary version of Arceus. Like, Arceus would change plates, or I mean change types depending on its plate. But type Null, Silvally changes type depending on its memory drive. And thanks to that stack of memory drives that Glideon just gave us, we now have RAM for every single type of, well, every known type. Here we are back in Po Town. There's something that we missed, or that I didn't quite have yet. If you come here after beating the Elite Four, ready for fly rhymes and your yo? But yo, what are you doing here, yo? This is what's left of our team school hideout. Get paid, or gotta get paid, then we gotta ride out. Team school leftovers represent. We may have lost, but we'll never relent. I feel like I fell right into the abyss, and so, why'd you come to a place like this? Suppose your work is so unbearable, to tell the truth. I found it quite hysterical. Just spin it. Looks like you got no sense of fashion, yo. Don't you know about passion, yo? These are really bad rhymes. It's so painful to read. I'll show you what we got to help you decide. We got tops more fly than Charizard Glide. We got the roughest tank hops that you've ever seen. And when you wear a skill tank, you're sure to look mean. Yeah, I'll take it for like 10,000. I'm certainly not hurting for money. Here we are back in Route 2. Remember this house that just had like 2 people inside? Well, guess what? Someone finally came home. You little brat. I don't know what you think you're doing here, but I actually needed to talk to you. Over the Hawaii City beachfront. Now, before we go, there's one more thing I need to do. Welcome to... I'm sorry, but are you Mochi? You know me? Or my son. This man has actually come home a few times since... all that. He told me to give you this if he ever came by. That was one of his favorite TMs. He won so many trophies when he entered battle competitions. But the Pokemon that he taught to use Swagger. That certainly explains all those trophies. You got like a 2nd place trophy and a bunch of 3rd place trophies, I guess. But yeah, Guzman has a very surprising history, doesn't he? Well, how about we go meet him over at Hawaii City's beachfront, just like he asked us to? Here we are at the Hawaii outskirts. You know, perhaps we should... There's something I've always been curious about. Ever since I saw the first episode of the anime, I had to wonder, what would happen if you tried going to, like the principal's office now? If there had to be something interesting here, right? You seem to have grown stronger. Think you can beat me with studying this school for 30 years? Sure I can. I am the Kahuna of the Trainer School. Take my perfectly honed moves. Well, if he trained for 30 years, I kinda hope that he's actually strong. Well, Matt, I gotta give him credit. Level 55 is pretty freaking impressive for Melee Island. But on the other hand, you can catch Pokemon equally strong as Primeape over on Pony Island. So you gotta admit, in some ways that's actually kind of disappointing. I wonder if hidden power will actually be useful. Come to think of it, if I'm using hidden power, does it mean the Normalian Z will be how to use it? In all honesty, I really should just use Thunderbolt. There's no reason at all for me to be using hidden power. Base 60 is just not worth it. Well, you haven't graduated after 30 years? What? That's very scary, actually. Welcome to the trainer school. I'm the principal. I thought Professor Oak was the principal. What an honor for me and the school. I think that our teachings would not only give rise to a captain, but a league champion. Despite your lofty accomplishments, I'd hazard that you still don't know everything that the trainer school has to teach you. Let me give you a special lesson from the principal itself. Something tells me that I don't really need this lesson. Principal Asuka. Well, gotta admit, the principal by far just demolishes everyone else. But that guy who's been training for 30 years is stronger than everyone who's not the principal. So I really fail to see how he hasn't graduated. In fact, how does one graduate from a place like that anyways? I also learned something very, 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 very important. Apparently, when you defend your championship, there's one more thing. Apparently, it doesn't autosave like it usually does. Which means that instead of my level 72s and everything, they're all back to how they were beforehand. Well, that's very depressing, actually. You know, something just occurred to me. Well, that's going to hurt. But a trainer school. Wouldn't moves like Earthquake be banned? I mean, we're on the 3rd floor and we're using Earthquake. Wouldn't that, you know, destroy the building? Or at the very least, collapse the roof? Like, I don't care how well it's been insulated or covered against, like, damages like that. It just seems kind of, you know, excessive. Gotta think that in Pokemon Coliseum, Mount Battle was basically a floating island. So if it suddenly had an earthquake, well, everyone's going to die. That's all I can think of, really. I'm not gonna lie, I really should have just saved sooner, though. It's really my fault for having to redo this. Oh. Well, levels, I mean. I already fought Morimoto, right? Just as the saying goes, even the fool may give the wise man good counsel if he listens. I made a loss, but heed my advice and use this. It's one of my favorite items. I can see why. King's Rock is pretty dangerous. I need to see something, though. Where were the students are? Way more from an old cleaning lady. Oh my god, it's a Vaporeon user. It's nothing. But in all seriousness, though, I didn't even realize that I was here. I think I've battled like half of these trainers by accident. Wow. Oh, Queen Noodle, you never disappoint. You want to see a rainbow? You gotta wait for it to stop raining. Well, anyhow, I beat the Vaporeon user. Gotta admit, though, this is kind of tempting me to go after the rest of them. Because there's nowhere near as many left as there were before. But anyhow, there's something else very important that we should probably do while we're here. Now that that's all taken care of, let's go talk to Guzma. Guzma, there you are. Guzma's all the way over here. I have to admit, though, I kind of want to revive my Pokemon. I really should have done that before coming here. There we go, all is right again. Hey, wait a minute. What kind of weakness does a bug water have? I'm going to assume, like, a lightning weakness. So you showed up. Well, Mochi, it's time to battle your boy. Here I come. Doesn't Guzma change his glasses a lot? Because right now it's like a wide open circle. I think back when he was in Team School it was like he had like a little slant on one of the eyes. Oh yeah, Thunderbolt is super effective. You have no idea how satisfying it is to see Golisopod die on one hit. That thing is a true monster. It would have been pretty. It would have been pretty cool if like Guzma was like a Pokemon League trainer that would come for the championship. Because he's certainly around the level to do it, too. You know what, Irwin? I think it's your time to shine. That I want to milk a little bit more out of Guzma, too. You know, I think Pinsir's a Pokemon that should have Intimidate as an ability. I mean, those giant pincers, its mouth. It just looks like something that... Wait, can Pinsir even close its mouth? That's gotta be a pretty horrifying experience. Just go through your entire day without ever shutting your mouth. Like, just have it hanging open. Like, it's not a fun time. You know what would have made this battle better? If he had a Mega Scizor. But I mean, he's got the team for it, now he just needs the Mega Stone. I wonder, do Mega Evolve Pokemon like affect the experience you get? Again, how come I can't crush you? Looking at it now, Guzma has like his dad's hair. I think he probably dyed the rest away. Either that or it's a wig. Did he just spawn out of nowhere? Well played, Mochi. I don't think that. What do the Kahunas do at this point? I mean, like when they're not giving people an island challenge, they're just. I suppose they're a regular trainer. All on the other hand is probably inside the Pokemon League, unless I'm going there to challenge it. On the other hand, Guzma really does seem to be changing. I mean, like, he did disband Team Skull and everything. On the other hand, though, didn't Hala try to train Guzma years ago? I mean, like, imagine it's the Kahuna's, like, job to help train trainers. In fact, that's pretty much what the whole Island Challenge is all about. You know, I'm kind of surprised he hasn't used the Dawn Stone yet. I mean, I guess he is a Bug-type trainer, so that's probably why. Now just imagine if there was a Sun and Moon 2. It'd be so interesting if Guzma became like the Bug Captain. Now there's one more thing I want to do. The last time I did this, I actually ran into a slight unwanted error. For some reason, like my darn it. I'm gibbling there. Okay, for some reason, when I recorded this last time, I ran into a really, really annoying problem. When I listened to my playback, a large portion of my audio got all garbled for some unexplained reason. The problem fixed itself when I unplugged my audio interface and plugged it back on. I don't know why it did that, but I suppose there's one good thing. I finally have a good excuse to wear my Team Skull uniform. Here we go. Now that I'm properly equipped, there is one thing I need to do. We're still in Holly City, or actually, make that two things. At nighttime only, there is a Zygarde cube here. So yeah, like there's 100 Zygarde particles, but each cell, some of them actually only appear at certain times of day. And that's just an example of that happening. Alright, so when you scan this QR code, I'll have it linked down in this description. You get a special QR code from Magirna. The QR code for Magirna can be scanned using the QR function in the menu. And because it's a special code, you get 20 points as well. But once you scan the QR code, there's one more thing you can do. You can go inside the mall, and at the antique store is a delivery man. Oh, I'm sorry. They said this here was an antique, so I nearly delivered it to the wrong place. You're Mochi, right? I have a Pokemon for you here. Girna. Magearna's data is now added to the Pokédex. This Pokemon's a mythical Pokemon, and it has a pretty good ability called Soul-Hearted, which is basically a special attack version of Moxie. Every time you kill a Pokemon, its special attack will increase. Moxie does it for for physical attack. This Magearna has pretty good stats too. I'll send you to the box. I'll place it in the box. Or in the bag. Now thank you very much. If you'll excuse me, you'll get going. It's a Pokemon that people like me to refer to as a mythical Pokemon. It's a rare treasure, more precious than you know. It was made hundreds of years ago. Now here's something that I may as well test out. During playback, this scene was absolutely ruined. Hello, Grammar. Hey! What are you doing getting your clawed uppers off my floor? I just finished cleaning there. Hey, me, what a world! And today's the day that they hold the Alola Riding Rodeo here in the mall, too. The whole place is covered with Pokemon's... well, you know what I mean. Don't make me say it. Sorry, pal. No. Well, you know what? I'll help you anyway. The thing is, sure, I'm very, very, very willing to help you. The only problem is, I'm not responsible for this mess. In fact, it kind of bothers me that this guy just blames me because I happen to be passing by. I mean, think about it for a second. I caused this mess? What, is it because is it because I'm a Team Skull member? Like, seriously? What's wrong with you? Okay, so let's see. He claims that I tracked grass all over the floor. Or not grass, like garbage all over the floor. So, I guess I have to close my eyes and focus all my emotions on dirt and trash. I can see all the trash around. Now here's my very first problem. I did not walk over there at all. In other words, I am not at all responsible for this. There's also a couple of these that I actually didn't see the first time I was doing this as well. Like this one here, I didn't see that until I was walking down the stairs. There we go, I can take a break. And then I can press A again to continue. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted to see what would happen if I talked to him. But that leads me to another question. I had that grass, or garbage in my hand. So, exactly why was it back over there? Did I just put it back down? Oh yeah, and this is a piece of garbage that is extremely hard to see. I actually didn't even see it the first time. I was just mashing A looking for it. Yeah, there's only 3 more. You picked up a big surprise from a Pokemon. I'm sorry, but why is this stuff here? Like, are Pokemon not potty trained or something, and they just keep leaving droppings, like, in random places? You picked a huge piece of Pokemon trash. A huge piece that any normal person would have seen. Apparently everyone needs glasses. And not the sunglasses variety. And here's a great big piece of Pokemon garbage. Where did all this come from? Well, now that I got all the garbage off the floor... Yeah, you just said I could eat off of it if I really want to. I don't think I will. Instead, I think I'll take this. TM48 round. I'm just gonna let my silence speak for itself. Seriously. Anyway, that's about it for this part. Next time on Pokemon Moon, it's a surprise. Well, maybe not that big of a surprise, but, you know. See you next time. Okay then, welcome back. We have returned to the High New Desert because there's 3 things that I want to go ahead and grab. 3 final things before I go to the battle tree again. Behind the High New Desert. I didn't put on repels. Wow. Okay, now that all that is stay away. Now that all of that is taken care of, finally, at the very far ends of the High New Desert,